Hello and welcome. My name is Rohit, and in this video I'm going to be talking about how to apply for the LLM admission under the Department of Law within the University of Mumbai for the academic year 2024-2025. Now, before we get into the details of the admission process, let me just give you a quick update on what has happened from the previous video for the CET exam and certain updates that has affected how things have gone through. So as you know that the last date for the application submission was extended till the 5th of November till 11 p.m. And suddenly on the 6th of November, we also came to know that the LLM CET exam was rescheduled from the 10th of November to 17th of November because of another exam, the COPO exam, that conflicted with the dates. And this is the circular for the same. So needless to say, the postponement affected some of the people who had already made some other plans, myself included. But we also saw that there were some other hiccups along the way. Ideally, the date by which we were supposed to receive the admit card also had changed, but there was an assumption that if the date had shifted to the 17th, we might have got it by 10th, but I predicted that we might get it by 13th of November, and we did. On the 13th of November, around 11 o'clock at night, I did receive one of the admit cards which said that the exam center was very close to where I live. So I was quite happy. Unfortunately, just about 12 hours before the exam, on the 16th of November, I saw that there was another email that had come from the weird website formsubmit.in having an attachment, a PDF attachment with another admit card, which now said that my exam center was different. It was now in a college in Bandra. So I had to make immediate changes to my travel plans, and I know some of you may have had some issues getting your arrangements done in time. Now, it could be possible that some of you might have missed the venue altogether. Some of you may have had issues reaching to the venue. Some of you may have missed the email. Some exam halls may have had technical issues, which is something that I got to know after seeing the result, which was just released a couple of days back, that the exam was also held on the 24th. I'm not sure how that affects the result, but I think that was a direct backlash of centers not being available or the mismanagement of communication to the candidates. So those were the hiccups we encountered. Now, few really nice things had happened. So I was at my exam center at the Thadumal Sahani Engineering College, which was a very nice center, I must say. Very few of my college mates was there. In fact, it was just myself and another classmate of mine. So I was joined by her, but I also was pleasantly surprised when one of the subscriber from my channel actually recognized me and met me there in person, Advocate Yogesh Sapkal, who graciously took a picture of us having a little chat before the exam had started. So it was a very nice surprise, and I'm very, very touched with the level of appreciation and recognition that all of my subscribers keep showing me from time to time. So thank you so much. Maybe I might meet some of you during the AIB exam as well. Who knows? Fingers crossed. That's more or less about the CET exam in general, what has happened. Now let's jump into the admission process. So, as you know, there are obviously some mandatory required documents. The most important one is the page on the result sheet. The result sheet is somewhere around 129 pages. So don't take the printout of entire 129 pages. Only take the printout of the page where your name appears, and assuming you are eligible between that cutoff mark, have that self-attested. That means put in your sign, scan it, and create a PDF file or a document file file or an image file, whichever JPG or PNG, but this one has to be maximum of 1 MB size only. So keep that in mind, because the rest of all documents have a maximum size of 10 MB. Only for this one it is 1 MB. The next one is the self-attested mark sheet for the 5th semester for LLB 3 years and 9th semester for LLB 5 years pattern. Next document is the self-attested SEM 6 mark sheet for LLB 3 years and SEM 10 mark sheet for LLB 5 years. Now this one only for 3 years LLB course, the self-attested graduation final year mark sheet is also required. And the final document that is required is some form of identity proof. This need not be self-attested. Aadhaar card, PAN card, voter ID or passport or driving license. But I would say that if it is not the e-Aadhaar, then of course it's better to scan these documents and have it self-attested, though it is not mentioned, but have it self-attested and upload it. Now these are the mandatory documents. Based on other candidates' eligibility criteria, reservation or quota eligibility, there may be some other optional documents that can also be attached. For example, caste certificate, which has to be self-attested, non-creamy layer certificate, which also has to be self-attested, quota certificate belonging to ex-serviceman, freedom fighter, central government or state government employee children, so on and so forth. Appropriate certificate for that, also self-attested. For wards of Kashmiri migrants or Kashmiri Pandit non-migrant children living in the Kashmir Valley category, any appropriate documents that can be made available. EWS eligibility certificate, SEBC certificate, and if applicable, disability certificate. Now these are all optional documents. Like I said, only attach if applicable for your specific candidature or reservation quota. Things that you need to do well in advance before sitting down and filling the form for the Department of Law LLM admission. First and foremost, determine which documents are actually applicable to you. Collate those applicable documents in one place. Once you get all of those documents and mark sheets, scan them professionally from a photocopying shop within the file size and the file format constraint. Ensure that you do have access to the phone and the email that you have entered in the application for obvious future correspondence. And you're filling this form using a decent laptop or a desktop with decent internet speed. Those are the activities that you need to do well in advance. Now on to the main admission form filling. Alright, so we'll start with going to the website of Mumbai University, and specifically for the Department of Law. This is the link for the department. I'm recording this as of 7th of December 2024. We see that the results of the online LLM CET is already given. The result was published on the 5th of December. I am not going to go through the entire list because it has the names of the candidates who have appeared, which is considered PII. So instead, I'll be blurring out the names and keeping only my name specifically over here. And if I scroll down a bit, and there you have it, you see that my name is right over here on the 7th page, 209, and this is the application number. Let me go back to the tab for the Department of Law. Now with that, we see that there are two other links or notices that have also been uploaded. Let me open this one to the new tab. We would see that it says online application for the admission to LLM program. Now this is specifically for candidates who want to take admission in the Department of Law within the University of Mumbai, not for students who want to take admission in other college that is affiliated to University of Mumbai offering different other topics or courses for LLM. This is specifically inside University of Mumbai if you want to apply, and there is a reason why, because based on my preliminary deep research. The Department of Law within University of Mumbai is the only verified institute that offers Group 3 specialization for LLM, which is the intellectual property rights and technology law. There is one more college, I believe, in Chembur, but I am yet to verify that myself. So that's the reason why my choice, my option to choose the Department of Law as my first option. So having said that, there is a form that has to be filled up specifically on or before 14th of December before 5 p.m. This is the form link. I'll go and click this link in just a while. And just going through this, it gives additional details that qualified candidates need to state their preference based on the groups, that is group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and based on that they can give their preference, from 1 being the most preferred group and 6 being the least preferred group. So based on that, the Department of Law will publish the merit list in accordance to reservation policy and other criterias. And based on that, they will upload the merit list of candidates within some time. The date is not defined over here. Then they say that if there are equal marks secured in the CET, then the next level of determination would be based on the LLB exam. If the exam marks are also equal, then it will be next decided based on the HSC exam marks. So based on that, again, the next set focuses on candidates can only submit one application. If there are subsequent multiple applications, only the first application will be considered and another subsequent application will be rejected. Obviously, candidate can only take one LLM admission at one institute or college or university at any one point of time. Otherwise, admission can be cancelled. Inaccurate information will be considered ineligible. Document verification has to be done offline, which means that the candidate has to be present in person while finalizing the admission at the University of Mumbai with the Department of Law. This will be specifically at the Fort Office, I believe. And for others who want to apply for other LLM programs, there is a different list of college, which if we go back to the Department of Law portal, this would be the link. So if I click this link and open it in the new tab, this is the list of colleges that are affiliated offering the LLM degrees. Coming back. So let us go to the form link that has been given. You do have to understand that this is no longer under the CAP. So this is done directly now by the University of Mumbai, and they have opted for the Google form, which is fine. And this is where you'll have to add your details relevant to the application. So automatically Google form will pick up your email ID. If you choose, you can switch the account. Going down, it just asks you to re-verify that specific email. You may or may not have different email IDs for the same. When I click next, we go to the next page. And here is where I'll have to start updating the details. It starts with the surname of the candidate. That will be my surname, Banerjee. First name of the candidate, Rohit. Middle name of the candidate, usually this would be the father's name. For women, it could be father's name or husband's name. Next is the full name of the candidate, that is as per the LLB mark sheet. So assuming you already have those 4 main documents with you, refer to that, how the name appears on that mark sheet, and add it accordingly. Then upload the identity proof, Aadhaar card, PAN card, voter ID card, passport or driving license. I have already uploaded my e-Aadhaar card JPEG file. Next would be my mobile number. This needs to be the 10-digit mobile number. Please add a number on which you will receive SMSs. You do have access to that. Gender, for me it will be male. For others, please select accordingly. Most importantly, then here it asks for the exam marks for the CET. So as you saw, I had got 58 marks in the CET. I'll add that. I'll copy paste from the application number right over here and add it over here. And this is where you will get stuck. So you need to ensure you already have the self-attested scanned copy of the CET result. So I already got that. I'll quickly upload that. All right. Now I already have gone ahead and selected my preferences. I definitely want the intellectual property and information technology group 3 to be my first choice. My second choice then would be constitution, third choice business law, fourth choice would then be criminal law, fifth choice would be human rights, and sixth would be environment and legal order. So this is the order in which I've given the preference. My first preference, as I mentioned, is for intellectual property. Hopefully I get through. Let's see. The next is to select the correct category. For me, it is general. I have already pre-selected this. Now for others, you may select the one that is applicable to you. Based on the selection that you have, you will have to upload optional self-attested certificates, let's say for caste, for non-creamy layer certificate, for different quota based reservation or not. So you can select which of the option is applicable to you. None of this is applicable for me. Based on that, appropriate documents have to be uploaded for candidates belonging to Kashmiri migrants or Kashmiri Pandit families, or candidates under the EWS or SEBC quota, or differently abled category, or ex-serviceman, freedom fighter, employee of central or state government, sports quota, cultural quota, whatever the quotas that you saw, you'll have to upload the appropriate self-attested certificate. These are again optional. After this is mandatory now. So here you'll have to select the appropriate choice, whether the LLB degree was done from University of Mumbai or other recognized university. For me, it was from University of Mumbai. Here we need to be careful what data we are entering. So it says mention the percentage of marks of final year of LLB. So both have to be added. If for 3-year LLB, SEM 5 and SEM 6, and for 5-year LLB, SEM 9 and SEM 10. Do not enter the percentage symbol, add the aggregate percentage of the last 2 semesters. So just add the percentage number only without the percentage symbol. So for me, I got identical marks in both of my SEM 5 and SEM 6. Divide by 1000, so 66.4. Next is percentage of marks for LLB SEM 5 only. Now this is only for the 3-year LLB. For 5-year LLB, there's a separate field for that. So be careful. Here, I just have to write down the percentage I got for SEM 5. I think it would be the same, if I'm not mistaken. 332 divided by 500 will be the same. Okay. And since it is identical marks, that will be the same for SEM 6 as well, 66.4. So the next question is only for the LLB part. So again, it is the same thing repeating. For me, it will be the same thing. From here on, it is asking for the 5-year LLB. So please note this question and this question is more or less the same. Only difference is this is common for both 3-year as well as 5-year, whereas this is specifically for 3-year LLB. I'm sure there is one for 5 years as well. Yes, this is the one for 5 years. Anyway, so for 5-year LLB, it is not applicable for me. So I'll leave this section blank, this field blank, this field blank. I will leave this field also blank. I'll come to the next part, which is uploading the self-attested document for the SEM 5 for 3-year LLB and SEM 9. So I will upload that too. All right. Great. Fantastic. And this one is for SEM 6. Fantastic. Okay. Now the next part talks about percentage of marks scored in the final year of graduation. So this is specifically for LLB 3 years. So that would be 472 divided by 859. Okay. and upload the self-attested mark sheet of graduation. Now this is not made required or mandatory field because obviously for LLB 5 years they will not have this. So this is only for LLB 3 years who already have completed the graduation. And finally, the HSC marks or HSC percentage, which was 58.5% for me. Just remember not to add the percentage symbol anywhere. Finally, then couple of declarations. Candidates are strictly informed, the same thing that we saw in the notice. Only one admission is possible. Only one course can go for LLM at any given point of time. Information has to be true. If it is found incomplete, incorrect, or false, then Department of Law can cancel or reject the admission application. Merit list declaration would be done. Document verification admission process will be done offline, which means that the candidate has to be present in person. And I click on confirm for this and agree on this. And it says over here, copy of the response will be emailed to the address that you have provided. Fantastic. I'm done with this. I will click submit. Sure. All right, it says application has been submitted and that's it. So that's all for the application for the admission to LLM, specifically under the Department of Law within the University of Mumbai. Thank you so much for watching this video till here. This is a very quick video update that I wanted to do because this information was just updated yesterday and day before yesterday. So if you do have any queries that you would like to share with others or doubts that you want to clarify, please do ask them in the comment section down below. I try to reply to all valid comments. Now there are a lot of videos that I've already recorded and they are in the pipeline of being edited, and hopefully those will be posted very soon. With that being said, if you did like the content in this video, please do hit the like button. Please share this video with people who can use such information. Do add your comments down below, even if it is just to say hi. Subscribe to the channel so that YouTube algorithm understands that this channel is more informative and can suggest and recommend to more people. Hit the bell icon for instant notification for any new posts or videos that I upload. And as always, thank you so much. Be good, be safe, be legal.